We're live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Live from the GME studio, it's Good Morning Entrepreneurs.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Good Morning Entrepreneurs.
Are you an entrepreneur who has felt like you were all alone on your business adventure? Well, you're in the right place.
You know, being an entrepreneur can be lonely and challenging at times, looking for people to bounce ideas off of and get feedback.
Welcome to Good Morning Entrepreneurs,
the show designed by entrepreneurs for entrepreneurs just like you.
Keep watching for your dose of entrepreneurial fun with the Roving Reporters and, of course, Kim and Carrie.
As we like to say around here, buckle up, Buttercup.
Good morning, entrepreneurs. Welcome to show number 75. Can't even believe it, Adam. 75.
I am so excited for today's show, and I would like to say good morning to everybody as well. And we are so glad that you are here watching, that you are with us.
We are very glad of that. And let me introduce Adam Rothenberg. If this is your first time here and you don't know the interview king and media personality, Adam Rothenberg, you need to know him. I'm telling you. Adam, thank you for co-hosting with me today. After doing over 2,000 celebrities, 15 years, and over 1 million visitors to your website in the last year, I feel like I am amongst royalty today, y'all. And I am very honored you said yes to co-hosting with me today. You might have some surprises coming your way today.
I am prepared for anything, Kim. I'm very excited for today's show.
Well, I'm excited too. And let me just say, I'm Kim White. I am the founder and fierce leader of the My Sexy Business team and community. And I'll confess, I'm an instigator on the show. However, let me help you all with that are watching. It's because I want you all to see what's possible. I want you all to see living proof of what happens when you decide you can do something that maybe somebody's told you couldn't do. We want to bust through those ceilings and let you all know what is possible and that you can do what we're doing as well. So there you go, Adam.
I think that's a great introduction, Kim. And let's just kick things off right now with Entrepreneurland.
Well, in honor of The Wizard of Oz coming out, being released August the 25th, 1939, which has been a few days ago, y'all. But in honor of that, our theme today is Stages, Podcasts, Books, Oh My. And I think it's very fitting.
Oh my. I love this theme today, Kim. I just want to say the 25th is on Sunday because today is the 23rd. So this Sunday is the anniversary of The Wizard of Oz being released, which is very exciting.
It's very wild to think that it's been that long. And it is still going strong, I'm going to say. Still, everyone knows, or most people know what it is. If you don't, look it up because it's a fun movie. But it's got a lot of lessons in it that I want to just say out loud that fit entrepreneurship. Lots of adventure, lots of overcoming fears and overcoming different things. And that's what the entrepreneur adventure looks like. So we are very excited to have you with us today on our memories of The Wizard of Oz and our theme, once again, Stages, Podcasts, Books, Oh My.
I think it's time that we start one of our entrepreneurial adventures and go right into the GME Chronicles, where we are going to show you what is possible when you come together as a community. So take it away.
Thank you, Kim and Kerry. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the GME Chronicles. My name is Jill Olish, and we have some updates for you today on August 23rd, 2024. The GME Chronicles is a celebration of moving the needle in our businesses, and we want to share these numbers out loud with you to show what is possible after doing something for the first time. The total of 12 events last week included Kat's Pilates classes and My Sexy Business's 6 mastermind sessions. My Sexy Business was live with show number 74 of GME. 3 new podcast episodes dropped last week. Go give them a listen. Mucked Up My Self-Care, Sisters in Service, and 5 and 15 Interview Leadership Series. On Clubhouse, Adam and Denise hosted the My Sexy Business Not Creepy Room on Wednesday. Last week's number of 16 brings the grand total to 5,578 amazing things done collectively as a community. We look forward to more updates coming up next week. If you are ready to join in on the fun around here, you can find us coming up at the Mama Outspoken Village Gathering with myself, the Big Show and Tell with Donna, TNT Website Workshop, and Website Royalty Workshop with the My Sexy Business team. And save the date for the Groundwork Brigade Open House coming up on September 4th and 5th. Back to you in the GME studio.
I think we should do a cheers to those numbers, and I can never get this right, y'all.
Me neither.
I think it's really important for us to not only cheers and celebrate, but also to mention the fact that if you have watched the numbers go down a little bit over the last few weeks, that is a cycle that happens in most businesses. Just so you know, you have certain times that are busier and certain times that are a little less busy. And I love that we can show that and be open and honest about that. During the summer, it gets a little fewer events, a little fewer things going on, but look out come fall. That's like our ramping up again. So I just want to point that out, that if you're looking at those numbers, they're still huge to me, but that is an important thing to remember. Your business will cycle. You will have more going on at different times in the year, and you'll have less.
I just want to say to that, Kim, I am an example of that because I am getting ready to push the button on my book. It is coming soon. But as a result of all the work I've been putting into my book, I have not been able to give as much focus to my podcast. That is why I haven't released an episode in about a month, because I haven't had the bandwidth to dedicate to the book, the podcast, the other interviews I'm doing. So something does have to, what I'm going to say, take a sidestep, sort of like in The Wizard of Oz, where they are skipping down the yellow brick road. I am taking a sidestep on the yellow brick road, a safe one, focusing on the book. And I'm not going into any of the scary woods where apples are being thrown at me.
I love it, Adam. So let me just say, there's no scary apples coming your way, but we do have a little surprise for Adam today, because on Monday of this week, it was Adam's birthday, and we want to celebrate him during this whole show, I'm going to say. Adam, this is something we can't do without you, and we want you to know that. But we want to celebrate you today for all your awesomeness.
my God, that was so nice. Thank you so much. I love seeing all of those pictures and clips together in the montage like that. And all those photos that Yvonne took of me are just gorgeous. And the way you put them together in this video, Kim, is absolutely incredible. Thank you very much for the beautiful celebration.
You are so welcome. And I actually want to bring up Kat and Denise, who are in the green room, really quickly, because we do have a little quick something to share with everybody. And I think we need to go ahead and just get it over with and out loud, Adam. You might have gotten something for your birthday that he is the interview king and media personality.
And I got my very own crown.
You got your very own crown. So we just want to celebrate you. And I didn't know if Denise and Kat wanted to say something to you quickly too, because I am melty, Adam, over celebrating you Monday night. It was incredible.
Adam, you're awesome. And I think everybody knows that you're awesome. So I don't know what other words to use that haven't been already used and greatly deserved. So we love you.
Thank you. I love you too.
I love the joy you bring to everything you do, Adam, and we're so thrilled you're here with us all the time. And I love the crown. Happy birthday.
Thank you. I appreciate your wishes. And can I just add one thing that correlates back to the party on Monday is I just want to recognize the mug that I was using, because this mug, it is from Dollywood. It has my name on it, but it was given to me by my friend and former coworker, Gina, who was at the book launch party as well. In addition to Kat, Denise, and Kim, they were all there as well. And I know many of you watching were there, but Gina gave me this mug when she went to Dollywood, and she brought it back for me because she knows how much I love Dolly Parton. The mug just means a lot to me, and I chose it to use today because she was at the book launch party on Monday, and I love Dolly Parton, and since it's my birthday, it all just fits together. So I just wanted to give a little shout out to Gina and say I love this mug so much, and I still have it.
I love that. And I want to give a shout out to everyone who came, because we had so many Zoom screens on it was a virtual book launch party, and I was having trouble finding everybody on there because on Zoom, sometimes it moves around, and then you got the different screens you got to scroll over because we had so many people there. So I'm just laughing about, I'll say, forgive me for all my wonkiness. Let's say that. But thank you all for coming and supporting Adam, because it was an incredible display of not only love toward Adam, but Adam started displaying love back. That's what I'm going to say. It was a very sweet party. So
it was, and I'm very grateful to everybody who was there.
Thank you, Adam. And thank you, Denise and Kat, for helping me wish Adam a happy birthday.
Thank you. We'll see you later in the show. Oh boy, sorry, I needed a moment to catch my breath and figure out where we are. I am going to take my crown off for now, and I will use it later, but it was crushing my brain a little bit. So I need to take it off so I have the brain power to get through the show. And we are going to move into one of my favorite segments, and that is Military Minutes.
Someone like me who's not ever been in the military, how can we support someone who's transitioning, about to transition, already transitioned? How can we as an entrepreneur community support someone that is going through things that maybe we just don't understand?
I think finding out where somebody is in the process. I think listening. You may not understand everything they're saying, but I think veterans want to be heard because we're not heard. Everything we say falls on deaf ears. especially when it comes to other entrepreneurs, civilian entrepreneurs. And I think that when we listen and find out what it is, where they're stuck, if they're stuck, sometimes they just need to talk. And you may not understand everything, but sometimes just saying, I hear you. How can I help? I think asking the question, because again, civilians tend to assume. And I think asking those questions about them and their service, when they got out, what they're doing now, just being inquisitive. I mean, what kind of questions would you ask? I'm going to use roller skate, and you have never roller skated in your life, but you want to. What kind of questions would you ask someone if you see them roller skating? You're like, how did you learn how to do that? Where did you get your skates? How long did it take you to learn those tricks? Where do I go to get skating lessons? How can you connect me with someone that can do that? What kind of questions would you ask? And a lot of times civilians say, I don't know what to ask a veteran. Sure you do. We're veterans, but we're also people. So treat us like a people. Be people-y.
I love that segment. One thing I also really love is watching Kat's reaction to the segment in the green room. I love seeing her facial expressions as she's watching this back. My question, if I were to ask, I'm going to use Kat as the example because she is a veteran. My question would be, what was it like to wake up so early on a day that you maybe knew that you were going to have such a long day? How did you guard your energy so you had enough to make it through? That would be a question I would ask.
I'd love to add that to that questions for the interview for Kat, because Kat's got another interview coming up. We will definitely have to ask her that, because Kat is amazing. Yes. And she has lots of wisdom. Kat's the one that's taught us about the fact that military veterans are prime candidates for being entrepreneurs because of their tenacity, because of their work ethic, because of all the things they learned in the military. And I think Kat is a beautiful example of still being military, and the fact that she is on this adventure of entrepreneurship and she's rocking it. She was teaching us all something a little earlier and we were giggling. She's like, I've never done this before. Oh, let me show you. she's a rock star.
She is.
Well, we're going to do something a little different today. You know me and my calling audibles. But I want to say really quickly that we would love to invite everyone to Groundwork Brigade Open House. Groundwork Brigade is a mastermind community that we have. And this is a commercial. I'm just going to say it out loud because we need to be more open about letting you know that what's available. I know myself as a young entrepreneur, I didn't have anyone to talk to. I didn't know any other entrepreneurs or business owners, and that was really hard. Me being an older entrepreneur now, I can't imagine not having that ability to talk out something that I'll call them non-entrepreneurs understand, or non-business owners, they don't understand. And so having that place to come together, having that place to have those conversations is really important, I think. And that is why we have created this community. But we want to invite you all, if you want to come in, have some of those conversations with us. It is coming up September 4th and 5th. It's just a sweet spot. That's what I'm going to call it, Adam.
It is. It's a great place to get your questions answered about your entrepreneurial journey. And while it is a group setting, because it is a group mastermind, I still feel like you get individualized attention because we have entrepreneurs from all different industries. Mm-hmm. Yet I feel like we each get our individual needs met and we learn things as a group that can help all of us, and we figure out ways to apply it to our own individual industries.
Great ad, Adam.
Thank you. Sorry, something just fell. It startled me. I don't know what just fell, but something just fell off the wall. Okay.
Welcome to live streaming.
Yeah. I think it's time to move into the next segment, which is all about mama entrepreneurs.
Jill Olish is the ambassador of moms, founder and leader of the Mama Outspoken Village, published author, podcast host, executive team leader of My Sexy Business, host of the Vision Board Party, associate producer, and GME Roving Reporter.
Thank you, Kim and Carrie. I wanted to share one of the harder things that I've learned over the last quarter, 13 weeks this summer, of being attentive to my family as my priority for this time. And that is the discomfort of stepping away from business partially and not feeling guilty or overwhelmed or lazy about doing so. There have been many times that my son and I have taken lazy days over the summer, that we have been out exploring, that we've been doing so much fun, and my business has been on the back burner in my mind. It has not been there. I have not thought about it. And then there's other days where it is all I can think about and the guilt just punches me in the gut. But we have to be able to set ourselves up in order to do that. And I did, for the most part, set myself up for a quarter where I would only need to be attending the things that really needed me, like the Mama Outspoken Village gatherings and showing up as a masterminder to events and supporting others around me, being a present for you on social media, and connecting still while out and about with those who are needing a little bit of attention from me as well. But I want to encourage you that you can set yourself up to take these breaks also. Back to you in the GME studio.
I love that segment, and I love what Jill had to say. I'm very grateful that she has been able to take the time this summer to be with her family and give the attention where she needs it. I feel like that is one of the advantages of entrepreneurship, in owning your own schedule as opposed to your schedule owning you.
Agreed, Adam. Agreed.
And sorry, I'm still like a little rattled from whatever fell. But I am very also, one other amazing thing about Jill is that she is a published author, and you can find out more about her story in her book, Mama Outspoken. And Kim, do you want to talk a little bit more about it? Because I haven't had a chance to read it yet.
I would love to. And I am so proud of Jill because the book does tell her story. It's very vulnerable, I'm going to say. She let her human hang out and let other mamas know like things that maybe they're going through. So if you are expecting, if you're a mama, if you even know a mama, let me say that. I think that they're very, like the stories in there are very impactful no matter what journey, like where you're at in the journey. So, and I also want to add one more thing about Jill as Mama Outspoken. She also has created a space that happens tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Central, for mamas to come together and have conversations and support each other. And one of the things that happens there is that, you know, you don't feel so alone as a mom. I know when I was younger, I didn't have that kind of support. And Jill has made it where moms can get that support. So it's called Mama Outspoken Village. There is a gathering. That's what they're called, 8 a.m. Central tomorrow morning, which is August 24th. Right? Okay.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I'm with Adam. I'm a little scattered, but you know. But get her book, check her out, get to know her, and then go hang out with her in the village. Go hang out with her and the other moms so that you can maybe, you know, be support for each other. So speaking of support, I think we'll head over to our next segment where this little Tasmanian supports all those around her. That's Linda Bonney in conversations and storytelling for entrepreneurs. Linda Bonney is a master storyteller, conversationalist, creative writer, podcast host and producer, published author, summit leader, and GME roving reporter.
Thanks, GME team. Through the art of storytelling, I think that we can transport our audience to new worlds and experiences through the use of our words. If you can carefully choose phrases and vivid descriptions, you have the ability to ignite the imagination and evoke a range of emotions as an entrepreneur. In this way, storytelling has the power to impact and influence human emotions like no other form of communication. It can also serve as a powerful tool for introducing original ideas and inspiring action within the minds of those who hear it. As entrepreneurs and storytellers, we have the ability to shape perception and guide our audiences on a journey that has shared benefit to both you and your audience. What story will you tell today? Back to you in the GME studio.
She does so amazingly well with telling stories, writing stories, all of the things. And so I want everyone to go and listen to her podcast, Stories with the Sunday Roast, which she has, in Amusing Adam's word, which she has parlayed into book collections of like stories. If you are like me and you love to hear stories, these collections are amazing because she tells stories of her own wrapped around her podcast guests. It's an amazing adventure with her. And she's got 3 collections out already. And Adam, I know we're supposed to be keeping our secrets, but we can't help it. She's got a 4th one coming out soon. She is actually in the throes of finishing it now. So that's pretty exciting as well. So if you like stories, if you like to hear stories, read stories, connect with Linda Bonney, listen to the podcast, and read her collections.
And another thing about Linda that I just want to mention, along with Jill Olish, is that together they host the podcast Mucked Up My Self-Care. They are 2 moms from opposite ends of the globe, Jill here in the States, Linda in Australia. And together they talk about their adventures as moms and entrepreneurs and self-care. In addition, they do it unedited, unfiltered, and what you hear is what you get if you were with them in real life. So go take a listen to their joint podcast together, Mucked Up My Self-Care.
I'm going to say those are some powerhouses. That's what I'm going to call them.
Definitely. And speaking of another powerhouse, we are going to our next segment, which is with the one and only Donna Bender for Surprise and Delight Marketing.
Donna Bender is a master givologist, branding product strategist, corporate marketing trainer, published author, host of The Big Show and Tell, summit leader, and GME roving reporter.
Thanks, Kim. This is Donna Bender coming to you today as a roving reporter for Good Morning Entrepreneurs. Today's Surprise and Delight marketing segment is on the differences between employee engagement and employee fulfillment. What does employee fulfillment look like? Well, it's about aligning what employees want out of life with what their job offers. It's about achieving something desired, promised, and predicted, leading to a more meaningful and satisfying work experience. When employees feel valued and connected to their work, magic happens. Did you know that 89% of employees who receive recognition feel job satisfaction? And this translates directly into improved customer service as happy employees create happy clients. And companies with highly engaged employees see a 21% boost in profitability, plus a 41% drop in absenteeism. One form of showing appreciation could be thoughtful gifts that make the biggest impact. A personalized Yeti mug or a Patagonia jacket. These are gifts of appreciation that can go a long way. Remember, when we show our employees that we value them, they're not just more productive, they're more loyal, more innovative, and they bring that positive energy right back to our clients. When our employees thrive, our clients take notice and our businesses thrive. Here's to your success. Back to you at the GME studios.
I have to say that what Donna was talking about in this segment is so true, because as a member of the My Sexy Business team here, I cannot tell you the amount of times, Kim, that you have said not only something positive about me, but every day I feel like you encourage me, you support me, you say such nice things to me, and it really makes such a difference when you get that on a daily basis. And what Donna says is true. It does make you want to be more productive. It makes you excited to go to work. It makes you happy to be where you are. And I just want to say that you emulate everything that Donna was talking about in her segment today.
You're going to make me cry, Adam. Thank you for your sweet words. Definitely thank you.
You're welcome. Another amazing thing about Donna that is coming up is her big show and tell, which is this Tuesday, August 27th at 1 p.m. Central Time. And this is where Donna shows you all of the great gifts and gadgets that you can share your love to your employees. You can show your clients how much you appreciate them. And through giving, it will make your clients and employees think of you when they go to use those products, which can help grow your business.
I love it. I'm excited for this month's show and tell, because Donna always has something fun. She'll have another wacky holiday. She'll have another, she has product reels that you can kind of get ideas from. But she is a wealth of knowledge, walking around, sharing with us, and we appreciate it. So, want to go really quickly and say you are tuning in to Good Morning Entrepreneurs, and we're so glad you're here with us today for show number 75. And today's theme, in honor of this Sunday being the Wizard of Oz premiere, is Stages Podcast Books. Oh my, because this community is experiencing all of these things, and I'm going to just say, oh my.
I love that, Kim. And before we go to the question of the week, I think we need to take a quick break and go to one of our sponsors for a commercial on our upcoming vision board party.
Do you remember making vision boards, getting a bunch of magazines and cutting out all the pretty images and headings? Do you remember feeling the drive after doing that and wanting to work so badly on obtaining all those things? I'm Jill Olish, the executive leader of the My Sexy Business team and host of our vision board parties. Vision boards are a powerful tool we use to help create the life we want. We can make our dreams our reality. And now we are bringing the fun to the community. You are invited to join us for our next vision board party. Whether this is your first time or you're due for an update, we will be working on updating our own vision boards and celebrating some of our wins from the quarter too. Bring your goals, aspirations, imagination, and snacks to create the visual roadmap to your dream life. RSVP with your email for the Zoom link at mysexybusiness.com.
I am so excited for our next vision board party, and we want to make sure that you have the date well enough in advance. It is coming up on Monday, October 28th at 6 p.m. Central Time. I cannot wait for this quarter's vision board party, Kim, because I know by then I will be able to take off a big ticket item that I have been hard at work at. And I have to tell you, what else excites me about vision boards is that recently on social media, I saw one of my favorite celebrities showing off her vision board, which was singer Taylor Dane. She was showing all of her followers her vision board. And I was very excited to see that not only do we use it, but she uses it too to help her achieve her dreams.
I love it, Adam. They're very effective if you haven't done one before. Your brain starts to work for you when you have one put together, and things start to happen in a way that you almost can't believe it's true. So I love them. And thank you, Adam, for sharing that like one of your idols had done one.
You're welcome. Now we can jump into the question of the week, which is, where do I start if I want to do all the exciting things for my business, but I am still working my day job?
I think this is such an important question, and we do get this like in different, I'm going to call it varieties of people asking the question of where do they start. They're working a day job, but they want a life like Jill was talking about, where they can take off the summer with their, kiddos, or they want a business that they can own and support their life with. So I think the best place to start, and y'all don't laugh at me, is whatever the smallest thing you can do to get started, because it builds your confidence muscles. So if you have an opportunity to speak, if you've got a day job Monday through Friday, do you have an opportunity to share what you're learning or know on a Saturday? Do you have the ability to start a podcast and edit in the evenings? Do you have the ability to, start writing your book, but start by maybe doing a blog? Start smaller. There are so many things you can do. Do you have a website yet? Like, do some of the things that it's going to take when you can go full-time as an entrepreneur. Start working on some of those things. Start your social media things. I feel like that is just all of most people ask about those particular things. Start one of them. Start it in a small way. You can take your blogs and turn it into a book eventually. You can, do some recorded videos, interviews, or whatever. Well, I shouldn't say that with the interview king sitting here, but you can do some recordings that can turn into a much bigger thing on your socials. So start. That's the biggest thing, is whatever the smallest thing you can do without not doing a good job at your day job, because I think that's an important too. You don't leave before you leave, but get started.
I think that's great advice, Kim. And if you start, like you said, with those smaller things, by the time you're ready to leave your day job, you'll have all those things in place, and you don't have to first then feel the heavy of, oh, I have all this stuff to do. I mean, one thing that I feel like I did in addition to starting out small, because when I started with the My Sexy Business team, I was working a day job, and I worked a few hours a week when I wasn't at my day job. And that was a great way to get my feet wet, start learning the business. And another thing that I did was I also made sure, if you can afford to do this, I was able to take some of my paycheck from my day job and keep it for savings, starting to build up, because you never know what's going to happen as an entrepreneur, and every month may not be the same amount of income. And I'm grateful that I was able to build a little bit up, because there have been some months where I haven't worked as many hours or something, and I needed a little extra help to get through. And thankfully, I was able to use what I was saving up. So if you're able to do that while you have the day job, that's something else that I found very beneficial.
Great advice, Adam. Great advice. And I will never forget counting down with you to the day that you left that day job and were full-time entrepreneur adventurer, full-timer. That was exciting.
It was. Well, I think it's time for us to go to our next roving reporter, who is one half of the Salty Sisters. We are going to start with the freaking fabulous Kat Corchado and her segment on health and wellness for entrepreneurs.
Kat Corchado is a proud military veteran, health and wellness professional, founder of Small Space Pilates, movement specialist for injury, illness, and cancer recovery, podcast host, published author, and GME roving reporter.
Thanks, Kim and Carrie. We are going to continue with those wrist stretches on the floor. These stretches are for those people that need a little bit more than just at the desk. Remember those that we did like this and we did like this? If you sit at the desk a lot, you really need to stretch your wrist because of, well, all the things that can happen from here up into the shoulder. So today we're going to do a completely different exercise. And again, we're going to be on our hands and knees. And as always, please make sure this is appropriate for you. But we're going to take our hands from fingers facing out to fingers facing this way. So turn your fingers out and get your knees underneath your hips. Lean into the stretch a little bit and then just rock side to side. And you may need to walk your hands in a little bit. Oh, yeah, there it is. I do this about 8 times, so 4 times each way. And then take the pressure off of your hands. Shake your hands out. So those are 2 that you can add to your repertoire. Let me know how it's feeling. I'd be interested in knowing. So until next time, back to you, Kim and Carrie.
I love it. And be sure to check if you have any injuries or anything. Kat is a movement specialist that's like she can help you with those things, but be sure to check with your doctor or your physical therapist to make sure that that's going to benefit you in the way that it should. That's what we're going to say. It should. I actually can't wait to try it out. I was afraid to get down while we were on commercial because I was afraid I wouldn't be able to get back up and then y'all would be laughing at me. So I did not try it. But Kat is an amazing human, an amazing instructor, an amazing trainer. She's all of the things. But my favorite is she is a movement specialist. And she gives a free complimentary week of Small Space Pilates community to anyone who would like to try it out and see if she's your flavor, because she's definitely mine. She kicks my booty on the regular and has created so much more health in my life. And I owe a lot to Kat for like the health I enjoy now that I wasn't before. So thank you, Kat. And if you haven't connected with her, connect with that salty sister.
And speaking of Salty Sisters, we are going to go to the other half of the Salty Sisters, Yvonne Marchese, for her segment on entrepreneurship later in life.
Yvonne Marchese is the president of the Age Agitators Club, creator of the Aging Playfully Play Shop, podcast host, published author, branding photographer, summit leader, and GME roving reporter.
Thanks, Kim and Carrie. This is Yvonne Marchese coming to you as a roving reporter for Good Morning Entrepreneurs. I'm your resident age agitator, here to talk about later in life entrepreneurship. And you may recognize the person next to me, the freaking fabulous Kat Corchado. Yay! The crowd goes wild. Kat is also my salty sister, by the way, just in case you guys didn't know. You can always catch us every other Friday on Salty Sisters, streaming live. But for today, I wanted to ask you, Kat, what it's like to be ramping up a new business at the age of 67.
I think the one thing I want to say is, why not? What else are you going to do? There's so many things that I've been wanting to do. I was in the military. I was a single parent. I was doing all the things. And then later I said, wow, I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to do all the things. And people kept saying, well, isn't it too late? Don't you think that? And I thought, So once I started my podcast, I said, oh, what else? Oh, my business. Oh, cool. What else? Oh, I'll do a symposium. Oh, what else? And I think it just keeps me motivated to keep it moving. I don't want to have any regrets when I leave here, this planet. And I don't want to say, oh, I wish I had of. I wish I could have. I want to at least try. And I know that I have more time behind me than I do in front of me. So there is a fire lit under my you know what that keeps me moving forward at a pace that even surprises me sometimes.
There is something about that coming in as an older entrepreneur that it really does light a fire under your patootie because, tempest fugit or something like that.
You don't have time to, oh, I'll work on it tomorrow. And, it's okay. What do I need to learn? Okay, let me learn that. Let me apply it. What do I need to learn? Let me learn it. Let me apply it. And it's learning it, applying it, learning it, applying it. And watching the little things that happen in your business kind of go, oh, wow. Okay.
Surprising yourself, maybe?
Surprising yourself. Yes.
Yeah, that's juicy.
Yes.
That's
I love
juicy.
it.
All right. I think we're going to take it out on that note. Thank you so much, Kat. And back to you guys in the studio.
Oh my goodness. I love that interview so much. This is why they are the Salty Sisters, because they play off of each other so well. They have great conversations. If you have not had a chance to see their live streams, you have to connect with both Yvonne and Kat to check it out. It's on Fridays, and it is so much fun to watch. Another thing we love about Yvonne, were you just about to say something, Kim?
I just want to point out that they're both podcasters, like Bloomer Living, Sisters in Service podcast. And what we're about to say about Yvonne, Kat is also working on. So I'm going to spill the tea a little bit on that too. Kat's actually got a book she's working on right now, but we're going to talk about the other Salty Sisters book that she's finished and it's out in the world.
Yes, Yvonne Marchese has her book, In Full Bloom, A Guide to Aging Playfully. It is a book that you can keep on your nightstand, you can take with you. It has a lot of great tips of how you can be playful at any age, and it features a lot of Yvonne's own photography. Yvonne is a very accomplished photographer, and she has taken so many pictures that are featured in the book. So you get to see all different sides of Yvonne throughout the book, which is so exciting.
I love these ladies. They are doing very powerful things I'm going to call it for our age group. Not you, Adam, but for our age group.
They are.
And I want to head over into our next segment. Adam, I'm going to call it Audible real quick. And let's head on over to helping entrepreneurs be findable online, because Adam has experienced the over 1 million visitors to his website in the last little over a year because of what he's learned from Denise Millay and this segment. Denise Millay is the findability queen, search marketing consultant, technology simplifier, host of the virtual scavenger hunt, published author, summit leader, and GME roving reporter. So as a podcaster, how would I optimize, or how would I go about starting the process? Because it seems so intimidating.
To get your podcasts in search engines, they're similar to web pages. When you put your podcast up on the platform, it has a title, it has a description, right? You have show notes that give you detail about the episode, and you might have a guest name, or you might have some searchable words or tags you might put on it. Depends on what platform you're on. But all of those things get read by the robots who are allowed within that platform. So they do read it. And if you have your podcast episodes on your website, you can control even more how much gets seen.
Oh my gosh, that is so true. And I have to say that I have actually started to revamp some of my podcast show notes and titles based upon now the things that I know from Denise. The tips that she gives are so valuable. And I have to say that is one of the reasons that in the last 18 months, I've been able to get over 1 million visitors to my entertainment platform because of what I have learned from Denise and been able to implement.
It's incredible, Adam. And if you don't have access to Denise on the daily, we feel like we're very privileged because we get to like have her in the community all the time. But if you don't, we would love for you to connect with her and to get her book, Be Findable. If they can't find you, they can't do business with you.
It is such a great book. I am so happy that I have it. And even though I have access to Denise, her book has shown me a few other things about being findable that Denise and I didn't get to talk about. So even if you feel like you're doing all of the things, there's still some great tips and tricks in the book that will help you.
Love it. Well, let's head over to our next one that's about our birthday guy, and that is entrepreneurs in entertainment. Adam Rothenberg is the interview king, media personality, creator of the Call Me Adam entertainment platform, published author, podcast host, red carpet correspondent, associate producer, and GME roving reporter.
Thanks, Kim and Carrie. It's Adam, and I'm back in the closet for yet another edition of Behind the Curtain. I recently told a behind the curtain story about getting to interview country singer Brian White in 2010. Well, here's an additional story about something else that happened that night. While I was waiting to conduct my interview with Brian, I was scanning the crowd, and who do I see? None other than NSYNC's Lance Bass. Oh my God, you bet I went up to him to say hello. And not only was he nice to talk to, but he was so kind as to even take a picture with me. So that is today's behind the curtain story. Bye, 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 bye. It's back to you in the GME studio.
I love it, Adam. I absolutely love it. So Adam's entertainment platform, callmeadam.com, has so many behind the curtain stories. You all need to head over there. And Adam, do we have time for a quick picture?
We sure do, Kim. That is me and Lance Bass back in 2010.
I love it. Love it. Love it. Adam's got all kinds of pictures and all kinds of things. And I want to mention that I think last week we were able to announce the title of the book coming out. Do you want to give the title of your book one more time? And we want y'all to be on the lookout because it's coming soon.
Yes, the book is called Behind the Curtain, The Mistakes, Lessons Learned, and Triumphs of Interviewing Celebrities.
It's amazing. I might have had a sneak peek, so I'm very excited. And you do tell lots of great stories, Adam. So thank you. Thank you.
You're very welcome. It is time to move into another one of my favorite segments on the show, Princess Speak.
Cricket, tiara, and all. We need to definitely bring our cat and Denise up. But this week's phrase from Princess Speak, which is the simple language for entrepreneurs about business things, is following the yellow brick road. I think it's really important to think of because we are honoring the Wizard of Oz this week. It's really important to think about your journey or your adventure that you're on as an entrepreneur. So following that heart and following that want to and following the things that you want down that yellow brick road to find what you really want to discover about yourself, discover about your business. It's an amazing, I guess, analogy to me of what the entrepreneurial adventure looks like.
can I just say that one thing I have discovered on my Yellow Brick Road is a community and friendship with so many great entrepreneurs that I would not have found if I did not go on the Yellow Brick Road.
Love it, Adam.
I think of the Yellow Brick Road and I think about, as we always talk about in the community, doing the right things in the right order to get where you want to go. And so if you're following along this road and the metaphor goes, then you're taking your time and you're doing the things that make sense for you, and you're not scattered all over the country. You know, you're following your way and making it slowly and deliberately. So
Love that, Denise.
I think the only thing I'm going to add is, and this is something that has happened to me, is you find the Yellow Brick Road and sometimes you're not sure it's the right direction. And so what you want to do is stop. Don't try to take a detour through the poppy fields. Was it poppy fields that she went into? Because if your sense of direction is anything like mine, I will never find my way back. So stop, take a breath. You know, you might have to stop for a little bit, you know, and that's okay. And then you continue on your way. So that's my 2.5 cents.
That was worth far more than that, Kat. That's great advice. Because I think all of us, you know, we all have an idea of what we want, but we're not sure how to get it a lot of times. And so following that road can be scary. It can be, you know, lonely sometimes. It can be a lot of things. But when you're going down that road with others, I think that is the key. And even if you stop, even if you have to stop and kind of feel your way out a little bit, I think it's important to know that business is not a destination, really. It's an adventure. It's an adventure that you go on. So I think that that's an important part.
That's why you should always carry your oil can with you, so you can always oil up your gears and your body to keep going when you do have that stop.
Kat is our oil can. We keep her with us because she keeps our joints mobile. That's right.
She does. And don't eat any apples because they might get thrown at you. That's the other thing I learned.
watch out for flying houses.
And monkeys.
And monkeys. Now we're just getting crazy.
Well, I do think it's kind of fun, though, that we have like brought up these different things, because I challenge all of you to go and watch hopefully there's an anniversary episode coming out of The Wizard of Oz, and go and see what you relate to as an entrepreneur that maybe you didn't see the first time you watched it, because it is really got a lot of good analogies in it. And we wish for you, our sweet viewers, our sweet entrepreneurs paying attention out there, I hope you are witnessing the living proof of messy is beautiful. We can get down the Yellow Brick Road and get what we want. It may take a little time, but the evidence is in this show that you can have what you want. So we love you all, and we hope you have a good week. We'll see you next week, Friday, 7 a.m. Central. Love y'all.
Join us next Friday at 7 a.m. Central. This is the team signing off for Good Morning Entrepreneurs.